My name is Scott Warner, and I'm the lead designer of Mercs 2. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the whole history of the project, from its origins as a helicopter action shooter to the big third-person action sandbox game that it is today. So Mercenaries originally started off as a sort of a helicopter action shooter game. It was a sequel to the Electronic Arts Strike series from the early 90s. So in 2002, a few of us that are still with the team today came up with a pretty cool, little action shooter with a helicopter, and everything blew up real nice. And just in general, we were feeling pretty good about it. So shortly thereafter, we started developing the Mercenaries that everybody kind of knows and loves now. And with the real idea of building this game that would allow the player to not have like completely linear constrained things to do, but allow them to experiment with whatever they wanted to do. So instead of telling them exactly what to do, we just say, here's a building, blow this thing up, and give them the tools and the sandbox to be able to accomplish those goals in any way that they wanted to. Which was, it's a development philosophy that carried through the whole project. And when we released it, I think our approach to being able to destroy everything in the world and have everything available to you, and the action that kind of ensues that emergently is something that really appealed to people. So when it came time to Mercs 2, we decided, what are some things we'd like to add to this and address from the first one that we couldn't do in time? And the first big one, of course, is that we decided not to put any qualifiers on destruction. So we really tried to engineer it from the very get-go that not only would the destruction be next gen, come down in amazing ways and in slices, and you'd be able to take balconies off of buildings, but let's not come to a point in this game where the player is going to be disappointed that he can't destroy something. So the first thing that we accomplished really early on is we allow you to destroy everything without qualifications. And then the next thing that we thought, it's a lot more fun to play this game with two people. It's always more fun to play with another person online or have someone there with you. So we thought very early on, let's take what we've done here with Mercenaries 1 and at a bare minimum, let's put some co-op. It just turns out that Mercenaries gameplay is so, like I said before, so freeform, and we kind of don't tell you what to do, that adding a second player into the mix really doesn't, it basically just makes everything a lot more fun rather than complicating things. So if your original objective is just to destroy something, now you have another person in there as support for you. So not only is the co-op fun in the sense that you get to play with somebody and do it, all of those objectives together, but we also try to make it a very seamless experience of getting in and getting out of a game, because typically you have to switch to another mode, or you have to back out of a menu, and by the time you actually get into the game, you're like, I don't want to play this game anymore, I'm sick of it. So we thought, well, let's try and make that experience as easy and accessible as possible. And another thing that we really wanted to do was have the scope of the world be even bigger. So we chose Venezuela really early on because it has sort of a neat geopolitical backdrop. It makes sense in terms of our sort of quasi-real world settings that we're trying to do. But it also looks 360 degrees different than North Korea. It really, whereas the North Korea, for both geographic and technical reasons, kind of had sort of a gray look to it and a fog of war the whole time. For Mercs 2, we were able to include this really diverse location. It has everything from major urban cities to jungles to water to mountains. It really is kind of a varied place for the player to sort of maneuver through. And also it fits the sort of fantasy that people have about South America, and we were able to construct a main bad guy who really matched a lot of the sort of cornerstones I think that people think of when they think of villains from that region of the world. So we're really happy with that development for Mercs 2.